First, the world watched negotiations about the Middle East. Leaders gathered and talked about peace deals in Iran and Gaza. Trump said the goal was peace and to end the fighting. Some people felt hope, but many ordinary families in Gaza still worry about safety, food, and their daily lives as the fighting continues. Then, Trump turned his attention north to Greenland, a huge island rich in strategic value. He pushed for the United States to gain total and permanent access to Greenland and linked it to U.S. defense plans and global security goals. At one point, he even threatened tariffs on European nations unless Denmark agreed to give the U.S. control over Greenland. European leaders and Greenland's government rejected the idea that their land could be traded. In recent talks at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Trump said he had secured total access under a new framework with NATO. Though the exact terms and limits are still unclear, and Denmark insists its sovereignty will be respected, even with a temporary pause on tariffs, the episode sent shockwaves through global alliances and raised protests in Greenland and Denmark under the slogan, "Greenland is not for sale." Next came the big shock in South America. On January 3, 2026, the United States military launched a massive operation in Venezuela and captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife. They were flown to the United States and are facing serious criminal charges. Trump said the U.S. will run Venezuela for now, aiming to stop crime and rebuild the oil industry. Some Venezuelan leaders are now talking with the U.S., but many nations around the world reacted strongly. Some support removing a leader accused of corruption and crime, while others warn this is a dangerous superpower move into another country's freedom. Then, at the World Economic Forum in Davos, tensions reached a flashpoint between Trump and world leaders, especially Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney. Carney gave a blunt speech about how the old rules-based global order has changed and warned about powerful nations using trade and tariffs as weapons. Trump responded sharply, even telling Canada it lives because of the United States, and withdrew Canada's invitation to join his new Global Board of Peace initiative. The exchange highlighted deep differences over how nations should work together and who gets to set the rules. Here's a key question: who really benefits? Critics say recent moves are not primarily about peace or helping everyday people. They argue it looks like a struggle for control, whether it's access to oil in Venezuela or geopolitical influence in the Arctic. They point out that ordinary Venezuelans still face hard lives with food shortages, long lines, and unemployment. And many in Europe and Greenland see Trump's approach as coercion rather than cooperation, something that risks splitting long-standing alliances. And now, world leaders are watching closely. Some countries are pushing back. Some leaders say they want their own deals and futures, not just what powerful nations demand. Other nations, including China, are stepping into spaces where US influence seems shaken. The global balance of power is shifting fast. The old order is breaking, and a new era of geopolitics is unfolding. Trade, security, and alliances are all being reshaped. So ask yourself this: is this all about peace and safety, or is it about control and legacy? Everyday people, from teens to seniors, feel the effects of these shifts in rising costs, in news from afar, and in changing friendships between nations. The world is open for business with or without the old guard running the show. And this story is still unfolding.